In this guide, I will help you guys with the BDO settings. I want to go over two things. And so I want to make one for lowest optimal, and then I want to make another one for remastered version for those people who has good graphics card just like me. And so right now I have 239 FPS just using the lowest. And so what are we waiting for? Let's get this started. To begin, we're going to press escape, and then after that we're going to click this settings right here. And then we're going to see optimized settings first. And so really cool about this is that we have a custom settings. And so what we're going to do settings for right now is save one as like just lowest optimal. So that way when you guys are PvPing, then you guys need the max FPS as possible. And so we're going to save that on save one. But then now when we're like PvE grinding, we're chilling, we're having fun, and I want some good graphics going on, then we're going to save that to, save two. And so from this screen, we're going to click low spec right here in optimization settings, and then it's going to tell you guys, it's going to give you guys low here, very low, not applied, and then just click apply, and then let's see what happens. After changing things for you guys, now it will look everything like this. And so now we're going to start from display settings, and let's go over them together. And so now we're going to click full screen right here, and then we're going to click apply, and that will give you guys the most FPS in this game. And then after that, we're going to click right here, screen resolution settings. It usually tells you guys what you guys should use of 1920, of 1080. So my screen is 27 inch and I have 1920, 1080. So I'm going to just use that right there, and it makes it perfectly on my screen. And then UI scale, I personally use 75, but you guys can use 100 if you want, and go from there. Crop mode is very important for PvP guys. For example, let's say that we didn't use it, and then I'll show you guys what I mean. And so now you guys see this tree right here, but then let's say that I hit the tree like this. Now I can't see it on my screen. But if you use crop mode, and then if you use display height about 70-80%, and then click apply, now we can see that tree, right? And so that's the reason why we want to use crop mode on PvP. And so you can turn that off when you guys are PvE grinding, but PvP you want to activate that, so that way you guys can see it more widely. Using the crop mode can also help you with their FPS, and so if you want more FPS, then I do recommend using the crop mode. If not, you guys can turn it off for PvE grinding. After this is all played right here, we're going to go to display quality, and then after that we're going to use high for this one, and then instead of very low, we can actually even go lowest, guys. And so I don't know why they put it on very low for you guys, but there's actually a hidden button right here which is lowest optimal. So this is what you guys want to use for PvPs and stuff like that, or if you want more high FPS. And then after that, I just like to turn this off, but people's preference is they like to use FXAA, but it's up to you guys. I just turn it off. It doesn't really make a difference for FPS. And then after that, I usually just turn everything off here, unless you guys want this on, which is depth of field. It changes camera effects depending on the focal point. And so you guys can turn that on if you guys want to. If not, you guys can turn it off. After that, we're going to scroll down, and then we're going to turn off the optimization right here. And then we're going to remove other effects right here, and then remove far away effects as well. And so this is going to improve your FPS, but if you guys turn this off, then basically you guys can see enemies CCing you and stuff like that. And so I think personally it's good to turn it off when you guys are like PvPing, but when you guys are like PvE grinding, then you guys can like turn it on. And so it just really depends if you're a PvP player or PvE grinder and stuff like that. And then after that, keep scrolling down, and then not applied for this one, and then turn off the lower power option. So you want to disable this like this, and then click apply. After that is all played, we're going to go FX now, and then this is your preference. And so I like using vibrance. I think it has a really nice taste of brightness on my screen and stuff like that. And so it's really up to you guys, and so just play around with it. It can literally like change the colors of your settings and everything. And so yeah, just play around with that and see where you guys want to use the filter on, and go from there. After Effects, now let's move on to camera graphics. And so for here, vision range, so we definitely want to put that to 100, so that way you guys can see more things on your screen instead of just being this close, right? And so I really recommend just putting 100 on that one. And then there's gonna be camera effects. I really recommend turning you guys off for all of these. For example, if you turn on vibration for this when we're fighting, now your like screen is shaking. If you guys put this like 100% or 50% and then apply it, and so yeah, it's gonna make you guys dizzy and grind not as much because it's hurting your brain. And so you guys just want to turn that off so you guys can PvE and PvP grind easy. And yeah, after that, same thing right here. This is gonna basically do nothing. And so yeah, I just recommend turning 100% for both of them for camera zoom and camera angle. After that, everything is just your preference. For example, if you go to audio settings now, whisper alert, I turn this on for somebody who's PMing me, and then I can hear it when I'm playing the game. And then system tray sound, you want to turn that off. For example, if you guys are AFK fishing, you don't want to hear those fishings unless you like those kind of ASMR, I guess, I don't know. And then after that, we want to turn the nearby music as well. Unless you want to hear the people playing shy musics around you, then you guys can turn that on as well. And then combat music, you guys can turn that off as well if you guys want. Personally, I just turn it on. And then NPC voice, you guys can do it in English, or if you're anime guy, then do Japanese, or if you're Korean, you guys can do it in Korean as well. And then we have overall volume, just play around with that. I just put it 12 right there. Cutscene volume, I turn it on, and then 100%, baby. And then music volume, I just personally like to listen to Spotify, and so I just turn that off. Sound effect volume, this is really cool. For example, if you guys want to listen to your sounds of your effects for when you're using your abilities, you guys can turn this on. And then if you guys don't want to, then you guys can like turn it off and then play around with it. And so for mine, this is the settings that I have right here, for example. And so yeah, ambient sounds volume, I just turn it off right here. And then voice volume, yeah, I just turn it off as well. And then click apply. After that is done, let's go to general settings. Aim assistance, you guys can turn it on and off. I noticed that it might help with archer mains, but then besides that, I think it's not necessary to turn it on. And then combat assistance, I just turn it off because I'm pretty good. And then separable quick slot, I turn it on, and so that way I can actually use more quick slots on my screen. And then simplify UI, turn it off. Screensaver, I turn it off unless you guys like it. It's up to you guys. Auto call mount after quest complete, I should turn it on for sure, especially for new BDO players. I recommend turning this on for you. And then font, I just use strong sword, and then yeah, go from there and then apply. After that, we're gonna go to show hide, and so view my character name. It's up to you guys. If you want to show off your content creator, then you know you can always show, or you guys can hide like this. Right, it's up to you guys, whatever you guys are recording or whatever, and go from there. Show my character HP gauge. You guys can show on your screen right there as well if you wanted to, but I already have mine down here, and so that's why I hid it myself right here. For those people who has question, how do you do this, Woo? There's actually a settings that you guys can do. And then so yeah, we're on a show hide actually, and so yeah, it's gonna be like around here. Yeah, right here. So custom HP bar, right? And so you guys can activate this. Then now you guys can move this HP bar around your screen. So for example, I like to put it on the bottom of my character, but you guys can maybe put it on your top. I don't know, it's up to you guys, right? But if you turn it off, then it's just gonna go top left like this. So the thing is, like, you're moving your eyes too much like this, and so on this scenario, maybe it's a good idea to use it with this right here, always show, so that way you guys can see that HP. But yeah, my preference is hiding this, activate that, so that way I can put it right here. All right, and then after that, let's move on to the next one, adventure name settings. I personally like family name because I always get confused if you do a character name and then people have like random names on your guild, for example. It confuses me, so yeah, just stick with one name. And then display other names, yeah, you can turn it on if you want. And then show monster name, if you're still learning the monster's name, go for it. Show monster HP gauge, I think that's important, turn that on. Display party member name, sure, you can turn that on as well. On, and then show ranking, yeah, you can turn it on too if you want, or just off if you want to. And then only display red battle points, sure, you can turn that on. Show stack HP bar is really cool because every time you guys see like ×5 on their screen on the enemy, that means they have 5,000 HP. So this is a really cool scenario where you guys can use it, and then you guys can see how many HP they have on the other side. So if, for example, if Ninja had, you know, times 6 on their HP, that means you gotta run, bro, because Ninja is very squishy class, and then the fact that they have 6k HP is a lot, so they were going to give lots of damage. And so, for example, that's you know, the way of saying run away, or you can fight this guy. This Ninja is only 2k HP, 2000 HP, right, for example. And so that's another tip for you guys, is you guys can actually figure out based on your experience, if like Berserker has 9k, dude, that guy's geared up, bro, run away, for example, right? And just telling you guys what their HP is like. All right, and then characters zone change, you guys can turn that on. So right now I'm in combat area, and then if you guys go around back to the town, then it's gonna tell you guys, oh, you're in a safe area where no one can kill you, for example. Quest NPC status, I turn it off. All enemies, you guys can turn it on if you want. And then it tells you guys like red color for enemies, or blue colors for guild, and then green colors for party. Hide pets, I personally turn it off so I can improve my FPS. Same thing with fairy, I like to hide it because I already know I have radiant, baby. And then custom HP bar, like I said, I turn that on so I can put it on my screen on the bottom. And the maid, I just turn it off so that way it just improves your FPS. Hit detection, I like it on so that way you guys can learn, especially when I'm testing out a lot of class and characters. I love to check, you know, which one is back attack or which one gives critical hit, for example, and it tells you guys. So hit detection helps a lot. Same thing with defense icons. If you guys are learning a class, this is very important to turn both of this on. Miss effect, I think it's really important to turn this on as well if you're getting missed or the enemy is getting missed. Okay, and then combo video guide, it's up to you guys. If you're noob, turn this on, but if you know what you're doing, turn it off. Skill combo guide, I turned it on, and then transparent mask, I turned it on as well for big ships. Okay, now we're gonna click apply, and then now we're gonna go to alerts. Right here, I just basically turn everything off right here, all the way up to notification. Personal zone change, I turned it on once again, and the fitness level, I turned it off. Conquest wars, guild wars, I turned it off unless you guys are into like those wars. And the alerts, black spear, you can turn that on. Personally, I did that, and then after that, I turned everything off besides guild missions. After that, we click apply, and then we go to world map, and then I put no animation and the default angle for that one. Region, we're gonna go here, and then once again I did it in Korean, global, and then English. I wish there was Korean, hello, there's Francais and Ditashi and Espanol. And then there's gonna be game language, and I wish there was Korean, but they didn't add it for some reason. I don't know why, but emotional damage. Okay, and then yeah, just pick this and that, and you should be fine. And then after that, we go Misc. And then yeah, UI theme is really cool. I think it also even tell you guys on the pictures what it looks like. Personally, I just like classic, but I also like the color green, so maybe I might use spring, but that's about it. And so yeah, navigation guide type, this is actually really important. If you guys use like guide fairy or like mark line, it's actually really confusing, and so I highly recommend you guys using just guide arrows. You can actually see that on your screen, and it's much easier to, like this, that's a guide arrow right there. But let's do guide fairy. Where did it go, right? Like what the f? You just follow this fairy like a freaking Zelda, but it's so confusing, man. Well, where do I go, bro? And so you get so confused on that one. And then if you click mark line, that's what it looks like. It's like, ah, right? It's so glimmer, like you can't even see crap, man. And so I highly recommend just guide arrow. Boom! Oh, I see the arrow. Okay, I follow this arrow. Okay. So that's why I really recommend you guys just using the guide arrow right there. Okay, and then to land, I recommend doing exact. And then when you're in water, I recommend smooth. And then everything else, I just turn everything off, unless you don't want to do with people, then you can turn this on, right? But they're gonna get mad and they probably just kill you because you just put reject duels right away, right? And they get pissed, and you know, it's BDO, man. People's going to hate you no matter what in this game, and so yeah, enjoy. And then after that, we're gonna go to Misc, and then yeah, I just turned everything off right here. And then auto run camera, I turned that on, turn this off, and then yeah, camera speed, I just put it up to 30. Interface settings, this is your preference as well. Did I change anything here? Let me see. Oh yeah, for example, when I'm doing farming, guys, I change mine to tab key. So whenever I'm just picking it up, for example, I just press tab, because sometimes there's gonna be like F4, F5, F6 and stuff like that. I have two keyboards, one's for like FPS gaming, one is for like editing videos. And when I'm editing videos, yes, I do use like F1s to F7s, but when I'm playing FPS games, I don't need F1s to F7s. And so that's the reason why. It's your preference basically. So when I don't want to change my keyboard, I get lazy and I don't have the F1 buttons and stuff like that. And so that's why I just change it to tab, for example. So, you know, any FPS gamers out there, I recommend you guys changing the interaction to tab if you want as well. After that, we're gonna go to UI hotkeys, and then yeah, anything important here? I don't think so. What I recommend though is yeah, just putting hotkeys on your favorite things is really important, I think. And also keep in mind that if you guys save on this class for this hotkey, and then if you go to another character, it's going to change all the hotkeys all over again. I don't know why it does that, but it does that, okay? And so make sure you guys change the hotkeys again on other characters as well. And then quick slot hotkeys. And so yeah, there's quick slot 1 to all the way up to 20. And so I also use like 11 to 20s when I'm trying out new characters, for example, so I can put it more on the screen, for example, and stuff like that. And then yeah, just going from there and then putting the hotkeys if you guys want to for that one as well. And then Misc hotkeys, let's see if I put anything here. Not really. Let's move on to the next one. Mouse interface, I turn this off. If you guys turn this on, good luck moving your mouse. And then yeah, moves horizontal sensitivity. Yeah, I've just put 100 for both of them. And then move, and then use mouse to move. This is really interesting, guys, because now when you activate this, now you guys can move with your mouse. Once you guys press control, now you guys see your mouse, and if you left click, you guys can actually move around like this. So when you want to like chop, for example, like life skill, I think using the mouse is really nice, so that way you guys don't even have to use your keyboard. It's like playing it's like playing old RuneScape. And so if you just like one clicks with your mouses, I think that's where it's at for life skilling, for example, and go from there. And then for PvP, you can actually use this when when yourself is using like a BSR ability. For example, Succession Ninja has a ability that uses 3 casting when you are using BSR. So for those people who doesn't know BSR, press Kate and then click Black Spirit Rage. And so these are the BSRs that you guys can use. So for example, when I'm playing Mystic right here, I can use, if I'm Awakening, I can use this, which is Shift Q. So if I use Shift Q, then it's going to use all my 100% and then just Kamehameha on the enemy, basically. Oh, I need to pull up my weapon, and then boom, I'm on my Succession, Q, Shift Q, right? And so, hiya, that's my Kamehameha, and then give lots of damage, and I just use my 100%. And so, yeah. So while I'm using that ability, sometimes people move. Succession Wusa and Succession Ninja, they both can basically move around using the use mouse to move, and like other abilities too. And so yeah, I highly recommend you guys using that if you guys are really into like hardcore PvP. But if you're just chill grinder like me, then you can turn that off and click apply. All right, and then now we go to gamepad. Yeah, everything is basically off unless you guys are using gamepad. And that is it with this settings. And so what we're going to do now is save on the current settings, and then we're going to press number 1. So just to double confirm, we're going to go to performance settings and then go everything all together at once. So once again, high, lowest optimal, and then not applied. Everything is basically off unless you want this on, and then apply. And then optimization, we turn this off, not applied. Low power option is off. All these 3s are on. And then here we basically change it to prioritize performance if you want more FPS. And then character optimization, I basically put it around here, and then hide other ventures. Yes, if you want more FPS, I would recommend turning this on. But if you're into PvP and you do want to see where enemies at, then I recommend turning this off. Okay. And so right now I'm on a high FPS and I do like my PvPs, and so I'm gonna turn this off right here. Okay, and then camera performance, once again, change it to 100%, and then this doesn't do anything, and so just turn that off. And then workers pet, show workers progress. I don't want to see them work, so just turn that off. It will give you more FPS. Hide certain NPCs as well. Yeah, I think just turning this on would help your gaming performance as well. So that is it with that settings. And so what now you guys want to do is click right here, number 1, and then save on custom, save one, yes. And that's it. And so with that, now we're going to go to the higher high-end graphics. And so I have a 3080 Ti, and then what we're going to do now is click high right here and then go to remastered. Okay, and then we're gonna click OK, and then boom. And then now we're gonna scroll down and just to make sure everything is okay. So here you guys can use TAA. If not, you guys can use FXAA. That's the people's preference, but I just don't use it, so I can just do that like that. And then yeah, depth appeal, I turned that on here, and then this one turned it on automatically. And so yeah, if you guys wanted to just leave that on, feel free. And then I still get 153 FPS, which is nice. Then after that, if you go to optimization, I turned this off, not applied. Low power option, I just turned that off to improve game. 3 things: hit decision, miss effect, effect optimization. I turn all these 3 on. And then performance, I think performance is still important, but since I have a good graphics card, now I can put it like around like 60% of that, and then go from there. And then hide other adventures, sure, I can turn this on now because I'm just chill grinding. I don't care about other people, and I'm just grinding and just want to have good times, and so I can turn that on now. Okay, and then yeah, just put this around 46 as well. And then camera performance, once again 100%, 0 work pets, hide it, hide certain NPCs, and go from there. Game window, I recommend using full screen. It will give you guys more FPS, but if you like to alt tab a lot like me, then you want to use full screen window. Yeah, you might lose a little bit of FPS. I recommend just doing full screen. And then UI scale, once again I did 75. Crop mode, I talked about it. And then I think that's it right here. And then if you do the settings right here, we still get 169. And then after that, we want to click number 2 and then save it. So now we're done, guys. And so if you go back home now, and then if you click save 1 and save 2, you guys know exactly what to do. And so when we are PvE grinding, or if you want to have a good graphics card and then just run BDO like in a good quality, then you know it's number 2. But then I'm grinding on PvE stuff, but then somebody comes and kills me, I get mad, and then I go to settings, and then killing mode activate, and then boom, we go in, and then we go fight, and then we go boom boom boom, and then kill everybody on site until you are satisfied. And so yeah, that is my settings for you guys for today. Actually, let's talk about more. And so we're on our main display screen, and so what we're going to do is right here, if you guys have NVIDIA settings, right click on it, and then we're gonna go GeForce Experience. And then after that, we're gonna go to drivers, and then after that, we're gonna check for update. This is very important. It's going to help you guys with your FPS. I can definitely confirm that it actually helped me with that. And so make sure you guys are always updated and then have the latest GeForce game graphics card. All right, after that's updated, also update your windows. It actually helps with your windows. So if you guys press window key on your keyboard, and then after that you guys want to type update, and so it says check for updates, click on that, and then this will pop up, and then make sure you guys check up to dates, and then everything is updated. This is very, very important as well. Okay, and so sometimes it will ask you Windows 11. If you want to upgrade it, go for it. If not, just stay on Windows for 10 for now, and that's what I did. After that is over, we're going to click Window X, and then we're going to click Task Manager right here. After that, we're going to go to Startup, and then make sure everything is basically disabled. And so what you guys want to do is, for example, this is disabled. I can enable back on if I wanted to, but I recommend you guys to turn everything off to perform the best FPS in BDO. So make sure everything is off, guys. I highly recommend just turning everything off, unless you guys are like recording something or you're playing League, I don't know. And then if you guys are playing like Valorant, for example. After updating your windows, now we're going to click right here, find the settings, and then we're gonna type graphic. And then it says graphic settings, click on that, and then we're gonna be here. So make sure this is on, and then we're going to find Black Desert 64. And so what you guys want to do is browse, and then make sure you guys are in local disk C, And then after that, you guys want to click Pearl Abyss right here. So we're gonna go to Black Desert right here, and then we're gonna go to bin 64, and then now you guys will find Black Desert 64. So we want to just double click on that, and then it says app was already added, and because I already have it here. Alright, and so we want to click Black Desert right here now, and then click options, and then we want to make sure we run this high performance, and then click on that, baby. And so that way you guys have the most FPS in Black Desert and Valorant. After with that, we're gonna click home, and then we're gonna type notification, and then boom, voila, right here. You want to make sure basically turn everything this bad boy off. And so what you guys want to do is just click that off right here, and then everything should be off, so that way you guys can perform the best FPS when gaming. But personally, I'm gonna turn this on because I do like to use snip, and so I like to screenshot things a lot, and so I'm just gonna leave that on. But besides that, everything is off besides my watch. After that is over, now we're gonna go to settings right here on the search bar, and then type background amps. Okay, and then after that, we want to just basically turn this off as well. But once again, I'm using snip, and so yeah, besides that, everything is basically off. After that is over, we're gonna type game bar controller settings. So click on that, and then make sure this is off. So on default, it is usually on, so you guys want to just turn that off for good high FPS gaming. And then you will see this bad boy right here, which is game mode, and make sure this is on. It actually helps you guys optimizing your PC for playing. And then after that is over, we're gonna tap power, and then you guys will see power sleep settings. And so click on that bad boy, and then you guys will see related settings, which is additional power setting. Click on that, and then this will pop up. And so if you guys don't have a good gaming PC, it will just only offer you high performance. So click on that, and that'll be fine. But if you have an ultimate performance over 9,000 power, then I recommend you guys using the ultimate performance. Hopefully this video helped, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Ciao.